2.5 miles beneath the surface of the North Atlantic lies a graveyard of rusted metal and chains. It is a haunting contrast to the vessel's launch in 1912. The RMS Titanic was an engineering marvel, so massive it dwarfed the dockworkers who built it, departing as a monument to industrial pride. The Titanic's physical layout served as a perfect reproduction of 1912's strict social hierarchy, translated into steel and steam. This structural design ensured that when the ship failed, the survival of those on board was governed by their specific place in that social order. At the very top of that hierarchy is 17-year-old Rose DeWitt Bukater. She lives in absolute luxury, lounging on wide-open decks, yet she is trapped in a transactional engagement to a wealthy heir to save her family's wealth. Her wealth has become a gilded cage, so restrictive and suffocating that she decides plunging into the freezing ocean is her only escape. Deep in the cramped, chaotic lower decks, we find Jack Dawson. He is penniless, surrounded by hanging laundry and hundreds of other immigrants. But he possesses a personal freedom Rose has never known. Their eventual collision tests whether human connection can shatter the rigid steel and social barriers built into the ship. The collision happens at the stern, where Jack pulls Rose back from the literal edge of the ship and offers her a way out of her suffocating obligations. He brings her down into the vibrant culture of the third-class backs, exposing her to a warmth and spontaneity absent from her sterile high society life. Rose rejects her societal expectations when she asks Jack to draw her wearing a priceless diamond, and again when she stands at the bow of the ship, embracing a sense of liberation. By deciding to run away with Jack as soon as they reach New York, Rose effectively destroys her assigned place in the ship's hierarchy, mere hours before the physical ship itself is destroyed. This cross-section shows Titanic striking the iceberg. Lower compartments rapidly fill, exposing a severe lifeboat shortage. Social architecture dictates the response. First-class passengers are prioritized into upper-deck lifeboats. Meanwhile, red barriers indicate locked gates trapping third-class passengers in flooding lower sections. Guaranteed a seat in a lifeboat because of her elite status, Rose makes a pivotal reversal. She leaves the safety of the upper decks, grabbing an axe and descending into the rising water to rescue Jack. Her descent is the physical manifestation of abandoning her class privilege. She chooses fatal danger by his side over safe compliance with her high society status. The catastrophic climax arrives when the massive hull snaps in half under its own weight, sending the stern rising vertical against the starless night sky before sliding violently into the black water. Hundreds of people are left in the ocean, where expensive clothes and titles provide no protection against the elements. Jack secures Rose on a piece of floating debris, sacrificing his own spot. As the cold overtakes him, he makes her promise to survive and live a full, unconstrained life. Jack succumbs to the freezing water, leaving Rose to be eventually rescued by a lone, sparsely filled lifeboat returning to search for survivors. In these conditions, the distinctions of the upper deck and the lower deck lose all meaning. The ocean's temperature treats the millionaire and the immigrant exactly the same. The tragedy sends a global shockwave, captured by newsboys peddling stark headlines, as the world realizes the great monument to industrial pride is lost. Massive, anxious crowds gather outside newspaper buildings to await the survivor lists, forcing a public reckoning over the hubris that led to the severe lack of lifeboats. Decades later, a 101-year-old Rose stands on a modern research vessel and drops the priceless heart-of-the-ocean diamond back into the sea. Returning the diamond symbolizes her final release from her family's expectations, confirming she fulfilled her promise to Jack to live her life on her own terms. The film remains a cinematic milestone because it anchors a harrowing historical lesson on class inequality and human arrogance within a romance that survived the darkest depths of the Atlantic.